Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on the Ironman profile. In today's video, we're going to be finally upgrading an accessory that we crafted a little while back from Blaze Slayer, but the price to upgrade was a little too expensive. So finally, we're going to be able to do so because my minions have been chugging away. So if you guys are excited for that, as well as some finishing up garden progress from Minister Finnegan, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. Super quickly, if you do ever find yourself checking out in the Hypixel store, whether it be for an ongoing fire sale, maybe a seasonal bundle over at Taylor's shop, or you just need some Skyblock gems for some booster cookies, don't forget to use my career code on checkout. It is code Zach, spelled just like my name, Z-A-C-H. If you use it on checkout, you'll actually save 5% on your purchase. It's a great way to support myself and the channel, and I do greatly appreciate everyone using my code. You guys are amazing. Now, without further ado, though, let's jump right into today's video. So today, we're going to be working towards the Burst Stopper Artifact, which is the upgrade to an accessory that you get from Blaze Slayer, and we currently go ahead, if we look in our accessory bag, we do have the Talisman right here. This one's pretty good because it does give some base true defense, which is always nice, and also blocks a bunch of damage if it's going to deal more than 50% of your HP, which is kind of nice. And there is an upgrade to it, as I was saying. If we go ahead and look under Inferno Demon Lord recipes, here's the Burst Stopper Artifact, and this thing gives us an extra true defense and extra strength, I believe, and if an incoming hit would deal at least 50% of your health, multiply its damage by 0.9 instead of 0.95. So overall, just some overall stat boosts and an upgrade to an accessory that we eventually needed to do. I was going to do this way back when we actually crafted the Talisman, however, I was ridiculously short on Magma Cream, and after leaving a bunch of Magma Cube minions down for a little bit, we should actually be able to afford it today. The big thing that was kind of holding me back was the 80 whip Magma Cream, which is a ton, and I believe I have 35 in a sack just from my minions like over compacting it. We do have 35, so if we go ahead and do recipe magma really quickly, that means we need 45 more of these things. So if we go ahead and look, we should have enough. And then the other thing is too, is if we actually want to craft this, we need 2 stacks of molten powder, which also requires 2,000 enchant magma cream. So I'm going to go and craft these 45 just to make sure I'm actually looking at the right amount here. So now we're pretty committed now. We have 80 whip magma cream in our sack. If we go ahead and look again, there we go. So now the big thing we need is the 2 stacks of molten powder. So I've started the day off by kind of running around and gathering up some resources. Almost done with that, but if we go and look, we do have the 80. We just need the 2 stacks of molten power, which means we need to craft this recipe 64 times, and to do so, here's everything we need. I just finished mining glowstone. I had like none, so I've been kind of sitting here staring at this wall for a little over an hour mining some glowstone. I also went ahead and farmed up some more netherwork because my visitors have kind of been dwindling that all down, and now we need 512 enchanted mycelium, which is the extremely tedious part. The one thing that kind of sucks too, though, is we're going to use over 2,000 enchant blaze powder, and I have almost 9,000, and I've been saving for a blaze pet for probably forever, and every time I get somewhat close, I end up doing a recipe that sets me back a ton. Like, we need 61 more enchant blaze rods. How much does that cost? If we type that in really quickly, 9,760, and we're about to use another 2,000. So unfortunately slowing down the ability to get our hands on this blaze pet, but I think it's gonna be worth it. I've been wanting to upgrade this accessory for a while, so it's about time we did so, and I'm actually gonna go ahead and grab out a shovel and get to mining some mycelium, which is not gonna be the most fun task, but it does have to get done. So I'll be back in a bit once I have some mycelium, and I'll come back with a little bit of an update. So I've been sitting here for probably the last hour mining mycelium, and we should now have 512 enchanted mycelium. We actually went over by a good bit, which is nice because mycelium is my least favorite thing to do, I'm gonna be honest. I just find it so tedious. Like, this is what I do. I just walk around in a circle, literally punching the ground, and when the lobby lags, you just don't get mycelium. So not too great. I really hope that eventually we see some custom shovels for red sand and mycelium, but for the time being, that's not something we have. So either way, it's time to go ahead and do recipe Burst Stopper, because it is time to craft this thing. We need 2 stacks of molten powder, which means we need to do this craft 64 times, which we now have enough stuff to do. Yes. Okay, that was going to take out all of my glowstone, a lot of my magma cream, and a good chunk of my blaze powder, but it has to be done. There we go, 2 stacks of amalgamated crimsonite, just like so, and then we're going to go ahead and craft 128 of this molten powder, which won't take out too much of my derelict ash. I actually have a good bit since we went for blaze 8, so that's good at least. So let's go ahead and craft this really quickly. Boom. 2 stacks of molten powder, which we now have. That is huge. And then if we pull up the recipe again, we can actually go ahead. Oh, I need my talisman. And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to do this in the regular crafting table just because I'm slightly worried that it won't keep my recom, which, I mean, isn't the end of the world. I have way too many recoms saved up, if you guys haven't seen over the last good bit. We have so many recoms, and we still have a bunch more dungeons to do, so it's really not that crazy. But let's go ahead and sort this out into stacks of 20 like so. I believe these go in the corner like this. And then we're going to put our Burst Stopper Talisman in the center. Our 2 stacks of Molten Powder just like so. And of course, I put them in the wrong spots. Just shuffle it around. There we go. Burst Stopper Artifact. This thing is legendary, so we can actually put an enrichment on it. It does keep the recom. Boom. There we go. Beautiful. And right away, let's go ahead and call up Elizabeth so we can actually go ahead and buy an enrichment. I don't know what enrichments I have on right now. I'm just going to buy a Magic Find one just to be safe. I always forget which one I have equipped, though. If we go ahead and take a look. Sea Creature Chance. See, that is so random. I'm going to have to buy a swapper because I don't know why I have that on all of them. It must have been for something. But either way, let's enrich this with Magic Find. Boom. And we're going to go ahead and slap this back into our accessory bag. And we can actually move some stuff down a good bit. Let's move the General's Medallion over here. Burst Stopper Artifact now into the accessory bag. An extra 4 Skyblock XP. Not as much as I wish it was, but we will take it. And just like that, we have upgraded the Burst Stopper Artifact. Actually, a huge upgrade. This thing's worth a ton. I'm going to be honest, this thing's getting moved to the front page just because it's too expensive to be further back. So something I've been busy doing the last few days, even though I haven't uploaded exactly every day, but something I've been doing is a ton of farming, honestly, like a ton. As you can see, we're already back up to another 10,000 copper. Which is a little insane. Copper comes quite slowly, and unfortunately, Minister Finnegan is gone. He was actually really OP, I'm going to be honest. One thing I'm very sad about, though, is that I was unable to get a Ravenous Rhino. So that was a little unfortunate. I wish I got my hands on one of those, at least one Dedication 4 book, but literally from, like, farming for nearly 5 days straight, didn't get one. A little bit sad. So either way, we have some copper to spend. And I figured we should start with a composter upgrade, and then I might actually buy some more green thumb books, weirdly enough. However, the first composter upgrade I want to do is this one here. It's 64 squash, which I finally have enough for, as well as 128 enchanted golden carrots. So let's go ahead and do recipe carrot very quickly. Where is enchanted golden carrots? Here they are. We're going to go ahead and craft 128 of these. Hopefully I have enough. I did some carrot visitors not too long ago. I do. Good. So yeah, let's go ahead and craft those. 2 stacks of those. Then we do have 64 squash, if I'm not mistaken. We're sitting at 73. Okay, cool. I'm going to have to work on farming up some more of those so I can do this other composter upgrade. And then I've also been trying to farm up a little bit of sugarcane so we can actually do this one as well. But yeah, we're going to do this one for the time being. It's going to give us 3 Skyblock XP, cost 64 squash, 128 enchanted carrots, 2,000 copper, and boom. There we go. Another composter upgrade completely done. And this one requires 10 tightly tied hay bales. Am I going to have to farm more wheat for that, or am I kind of chilling? I am going to have to farm more wheat for that. Wow, I'm actually running really low on hay bales. Okay, so that's going to be fun. More wheat to be farmed. The other thing I want to do, because I still need to like grind out a bunch of things to finish these, so I don't need copper for any of these upgrades at the moment, and I have enough copper on me to basically do like 3 full composter upgrades. So we're going to go into the Sky Mart, and I think we're going to buy another 4 green thumb books. That kind of seems like the best thing for me to invest in at the moment. So let's go ahead and buy 4 of these. They cost 1,500 copper each, just like so. Boom. And I think we're going to go and put this on the bracelet, just because people have said that the Zoro cloak is better. I'm going to upgrade this to Green Thumb 5 at some point, though. Like, after this one's Green Thumb 4, I'm going to get this one to 4, and then this will be the last one I upgrade to 5, in case we get the Zoro's cloak before then. But let's go ahead and grab out our Lotus bracelet really quickly, slap these into the anvil so we can get a Green Thumb 2, another Green Thumb 2, slap these together like so for a Green Thumb 3, and then we can upgrade our bracelet to Green Thumb 4, which obviously goes from 0.15 farming fortune per unique visitor served to 0.2 farming fortune. So a little bit of an increase, nothing insane, but it all does add up. And let's go and do that. There we go. Green Thumb 4 on now 3 of our 4 farming equipment pieces, which is actually really good. So we are getting there. Still want to do it on the Lotus Cloak. And then Green Thumb 5 gets a little bit more expensive. It's going to cost me 12,000 copper per piece to upgrade. So at the moment, we need, what, 48 plus 6. We need 54,000 copper to max out our Lotus equipment. So not ideal in any means, but it's also doable based on the Mayor Finnegan stuff. So hopefully we can get another Minister Finnegan or Mayor Finnegan, because honestly the extra 10% copper was really OP. And we also finished off with a little over 1,000 fine flour. Anyone who was doing visitors themselves can probably attest that that is a decent amount. I feel like I was doing a lot of visitors, and yeah, happy to have over 1,000 fine flour. We need that mare like 2 more times though if I want to get the 3,000, so a little bit brutal. Another thing I've been trying to stay on top of is actually my donations for the community project, and in fact I'm looking for something right now. I need to find a hot potato book. That's what I've been doing these with. Yeah, see, I just have some like kind of scattered throughout chests. And yeah, the community project is like very cheap to donate, and also it was pointed out to me this does not say Adobe. I don't know why my brain read it like that. It's Artist Sabode. So I saw a couple comments on that video the first time I mentioned it, and I was like so confused, and then I went to look at the next day in game to do my contributions, and got very confused. But either way, tomorrow I will actually get my memento, which is super nice. Yeah, if you aren't doing the donations, please do. We're only at 30.8%. And I'm assuming we need 1 million total contributions to actually get there. So at least get your memento. It's always a cool thing to kind of have and show that you were a part of like a certain community project. I have like a bunch of them from all the past ones, such as the locked ballot box, or we have the expensive toy, piece of the wizard portal, the golden collar. So yeah, there's some pretty cool ones, and just a little memento item that you get to keep after a community project is done. So unfortunately, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Finally was able to craft an accessory I've been eyeing for a while, but needed my minions to do a little bit more work. Can't really grind out enchant magma cream by hand exactly too quickly, so glad we were able to complete that, as well as some more farming progression. Still working towards maxing gardens. Taking a while, but we're slowly but surely getting there. Either way, if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Use code Zach whenever you find yourself checking out on the Hypixel store. Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace out.